bony. So today we're going to take a look at Underverse's beautiful chemistry line, Fierce Girls, Bone Girl Triceratops. So this is a collaboration with an artist named Intai Ryu, I think. Is that how you pronounce it? And yeah, this is one of her works. And from my research, she's also a creative lead for Hideo Kojima's company. So she did some stuff for Death Stranding and other games. So that's a little interesting tidbit there. And yeah, that's basically all I know about this figure. I don't think there's a lore behind this one. I think this is just one of her original characters. So with that being said, let's take a look at her. And here's a look at Bone Girl. And yeah, it's a pretty impressive figure, especially her legs, which from the research I've gathered, it's a zinc alloy. I don't know what that means, but it is cold to the touch, so it is some form of metal. Yeah, so with that being said, let's take a closer gander at her. And here's a closer look at Bone Girl Triceratops. This figure does come with a base, as you can see. It's, I think, the same zinc alloy the legs are made of, and it's very sturdy. But it comes in pieces, so this stem, you really have to force it into this base. There's no screw or nothing, you just have to, brute force it, because it took me a while to figure that out. I did not want to break anything, because this figure looks fragile as heck. But I really like the base. It really fits well with the figure. It's not like your generic black, run-of-the-mill, you could get it anywhere type of base. This is a unique base for this unique figure. Look at that. This tail does have a wire. As you can see, I've kind of posed it in a very swishy way. That's the maximum it could go. I want to curl in more, but no, this is the maximum it could bend. And yeah, I do have some gripes about this figure. First off is this latex type rubber plastic thing that's wrapped around her arm. That thing looks fragile, and I think that might disintegrate over time. And another thing is, when I opened her from the packaging, I did discover some pieces. I'll show you. So these are the pieces I found in the box. I don't know if it's from the legs or whatever, but that was pretty annoying to find, at the bottom of the box. As of now, I haven't found where these pieces came from, so hopefully it's just from the factory. So yeah, this is her, and she does come with some accessories. So with that being said, let's take a look at them. Umbrella, Triceratops head, base, stand, small Allen key, hand. And this is everything the Triceratops girl comes with. So let's take a look at the main attraction, the main accessory, the headgear. Let's see if I can frame it. There we go. So yeah, look at the sculpt and the wash. It is held with this part of the skull here. When you want to close it, it uses friction, so be careful of that. And the material is flexible enough for you to remove it like that. There is a magnet there to magnetize onto the head sculpt. Yeah, it's a fairly simple construction. There we go. So yeah, Pretty cool. So next up we have this umbrella, which was kind of a pain to figure out how to open. It takes a lot of patience. So first off, it does have all these little cute charm things attached to it, like little dinosaurs. And its handle is detachable. It does lock in like so. So if you can tell, if I can get that, yeah. It does reveal, I think this is a plastic dagger. It doesn't feel metal at all. So again, careful. And here is the tail or the spine handle. I think it's the tail. Pretty cool. So let's put that away. And now for figuring this out. Now there is a video of how to unfurl this. I'll link it in the description below. Please don't do it the way I do it. Because, you know, breakage and all that. So let's unfurl this sucker. And try to do this on camera without any mistakes. God. I usually like let it loose a bit. So yeah, so it does that. And then you'll need to apply a bit of force, unfortunately. So I'm actually sweating doing this. There we go. So it's basically like your normal umbrella. It does have a latch there. And yeah, there you go. Sorry, it's not in frame, but you get the picture. So the logo. It's got the spiky bit. And it is the umbrella material. That type of nylon material. So yeah. Now I did almost break this because I was brute forcing it. So this bent a bit too much for my comfort. So again, all these joints are there's a lot of pressure. If I could focus, yeah. There's a lot of pressure on these points. So I would advise to not have it in this position for too long. I'm scared of the wear and tear of these little bracket thingies. They don't look very, well, they don't look very stable. They look like they could break at any moment. So I'm just gonna collapse it back. There we go. Oh God. And yeah, this is the umbrella. Pretty cool, but again, very nerve-wracking to operate. And again, it takes a bit of real estate when you're trying to pose her in any shelf. Next up, we have the base, which is, I think, the same zinc material the legs are made of. It is shiny, but it is easily scratched. So as you can see there, I barely touched this thing and it does have a few scratches on it already. Ooh. And it does have a stand, and I thought you have to screw this in or something, but as you can see, there is no thread. So you basically just have to shove the fucker in and it's good to go. You can adjust the height. With this Allen key, they decided to hide within the packaging. I'll show you a clip of where it is. It took me a while to find it. So we have an Allen key for that to adjust the height, and this is magnetized, so it sits between her legs, and you know, yeah. So she's fully secured basically. So you have the logo there, beautiful chemistry, and yeah, that's the base. And then lastly, we have the hands. So you only have 2 pairs of hands. You got 2 grippy hands, so it's glossy and has some bone. There is a way to attach these with the ropes. I'll show you. It does come with an instruction manual. And the other pair are like open hands. It's like her hand to check if there's rain or something, you know. She's checking if there's rain, if that makes sense. Again, this one has this bone and some ropey bits. Along with these, she does come with extra bits. like these extra joints for wrist and ankle. Then you have these bits. They look like the studs that's on her boots, so I'm guessing those fall off fairly easily, so they gave you spares. I mean, thanks, I guess. And another thing this figure comes with is this stretchy thing. Now this is wrapped around the box. I don't think it's an accessory, but it's kind of cool. It's stretchy. I mean, I don't know, it could be a hair tie or something, or maybe if I do this, yeah, there we go. It could be a bracelet. Represent the brand. Yeah, so you could have that. Yeah, cool. Huh. So before we see the figure all fully loaded, let's take a look at the head sculpt. So here's a closer look at Triceratops girl's face. Hope it's in focus. There we go. So her eyes are lizard-like. She has a cross on her forehead. Now again, I don't know the lore about this character. I don't know if there is lore. And this feels like it's going to have a hard time like being scraped off. This is very solid paintwork. Unless it's molded that color, you know? You guys understand what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't feel like it's painted on. I think this is like the mold itself that's this color. And I just lightly wash. So paint scuffage when you put on the helmet here, I think it'll be non-existent. There is a magnet here. So yeah, this is a Triceratops girl's face. Oh, along with that, she also comes with, I don't think it's a poster, but I think it looks like a poster. Ta-dum. So this figure does come with this picture of the figure, an artistic representation of it, which is really nice. Unfortunately, it does have these creases because it was folded up in the box, so that sucks, but I'm still gonna frame it. It has a signature as well. So again, designed and sculpted by Intai Ryu. Yeah. So with that being said, let's load this lady up with all her bony bits. And here's the Triceratops girl with the umbrella all opened up. And I have her posed as if she's checking if there's rain or checking if the rain stopped. Yeah, it's a pretty weird one for me. But after going through the artist's background and stuff like that, I'm pretty glad I got this figure because it's sold out mostly everywhere. Most of the online stores I frequent, it's all sold out, so glad I have her. Now there is another one here. I think it's called Rex. I'm on the fence on this because I don't really like the green. It kind of, I don't know, it just looks off, but yeah, I'll probably pre-order it in the coming weeks. Just to pair up with this girl, you know, just to have two pairs of the same series. It's always nice to have two. Yeah, so with that being said, let's do some close-ups. And here's a closer look at the Triceratops girl. Just checking out her clothes, material, and stuff like that. In terms of material, this thing, I really hate this material, this plastic thing. It'll just degrade over the time. I know it. This will just flake off and just fall apart. I wish, you know, toy companies would stop using these fucking materials, knowing what happens to them over like 2 years. So you got the handle there, and then you got the zinc alloy legs or boots or leggings. I don't know what you call this, but it is insane. Now these legs are really heavy. it does stabilize the figure, but you know, you don't want it to fall on you. Yeah, then we have the Triceratops headgear there, making one rotation. Hopefully my camera can focus on the umbrella. And no, it can't. Great. There you go. So you can see the tension these wires have just to form the shape. So that kind of freaks me out. So I'm not going to have it displayed like this because I don't have much hope for these brittle hinges and these very fragile looking wires. They might snap or something over time. So yeah, with that being said, let's see her in the headgear. And here's the Triceratops girl with the headgear on. And this thing is, well, it's special for sure. Look at that. It's just very unique. Yeah, so with that being said, let's do some close-ups. And here's the final close-up of the Triceratops girl with the headgear. And look at that profile. It's just freaky. So the magnet is situated in a way where it's set. Like, you don't have to finagle the skull too much. This is how it's supposed to look like. And you can close the jaw if you want. So you could have that look. So yeah. So one more close up of the legs. The umbrellas, her little keychain, fiddly bits. Then I didn't show you this, the back of the figure. And the tail. Well, at least I think it's the tail. Her tail. It is attached to her butt, so. She does have this tattoo, which is the same as what's on her umbrella. That's the back of the head. And yeah, hopefully I got everything. Look at that. The bone for heels. Very HR Giger. And yeah. So, with that being said, let's attempt and find a place for this girl in my room. And this is where I'm going to put the Triceratops girl, along with the other Underverse and 3 A-ladies in my collection. I kind of want to put them together. I don't want to separate them. So yeah, I might pre-order the other one, the Rex. We'll see. Because these things are pricey, but they are pricey for a good reason. So yeah, with that being said, thanks for watching. And as always, go get 'em.